one of the city's most notorious gangs.
Critical Thinkers Podcast.
So crack all my life, ever since I was 11 years old. While the other young boy was trying to, in the park, playing football or baseball, I was on the streets getting money.
They label us a gang for coming together for something positive, for a movement to help the people. I mean, I know where I stand. I know I'm not a part of no gang.
We don't have no colors. A lot of my friends, they like to represent their Haitian flag that represent their country.
I like to extend high honors to the ancestors. Those ancestors being the ancestors of the Nile Valley that were responsible for some of the greatest civilizations that the world have ever witnessed. Those civilizations were predicated on the principles of Ma'at, which we define as truth, order, and righteousness.
Well, over here, critical thinkers, the truth don't need no support. God made Haitians, or the Haiti made Zoes. Welcome to another episode of Critical Thinkers. Well, over here, you know the truth don't need no support. And you know, like the OG Kenny K say, all day, every day, God made Haitians, but little Haiti made Zoes. And we standing on that all day, every day. Junkie Junk, before we get started on this Super Bowl Sunday, what you gotta say to the people, my brother?
How y'all doing social media? It's your main man, Junkie Junk. Right back at y'all. Y'all know what it is. Little Haiti soldier. Y'all know it's a beautiful day out here. The temperature is very nice. We in the 70s out here in Miami, Florida. And it is Super Bowl Sunday. Y'all know we about to wing ding after this here. It is going down in the M-I-Yayo.
Hello.
Little Haiti in the building. I would love to shout out Little Haiti baby, because Little Haiti raised me and mama made me. So we gonna have a special episode today, but you know, before we get off into it, I'ma let y'all know who I'm rocking with right about now, cause I do get territory when it comes to this stuff. And too bad my team is not in the Super Bowl for the AFC. But since we're in the AFC, y'all know I am going with them New England Patriots. For sure, I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. I got the game being at least 30-27 final.
You know what, John? I like that.
New England.
I like that pick right there. You a smart man. I always knew you was a smart man. I'm going with the Patriots too. But I like the score to be, I would say, 28-27 New England.
For sure.
It's going to be a tight game. But we'll see at the end of the day who came out. But both teams are reserved to be there. And that's our prediction for the Super Bowl. So we off that. We're going to get into these streets of the internet. Because the streets is talking.
Always
and
talking.
Once again, the internet and the streets is making judgments. Did Big Meech from BMF fall off? That's the word on the streets. That's what people trying to put in the air. I don't see it that way, Junk. You know, I know Big Meech now is a club owner. He have a percentage in Club 24. So when Big Meech went out to the club for the grand opening, even though I heard Rick Ross and a lot of celebrities didn't show up, that's part of the game. But people was watching Big Meech. They wanted to see was Big Meech the old Big Meech. I'm here to tell you, Big Meech, that's not the old Big Meech. That's the new Big Meech. Because the old Big Meech was a drug dealer, kingpin. He came to the club to fuck off 100 bands. That was nothing to him. He went and did 30 years. You know, he done got smarter. He done brightened up. So now instead of him going to the club as a patriot, he's there as a club owner. So if anyone was expecting Big Meech to be there to throw 100,000, you losing your mind, because he's there to make money now. It's just common sense. Big Meech is known for bringing out certain celebrities, certain niggas that's getting money. These are the things that the scrippers come to dance for, right? So at the end of the day, Big Meech did his job. Was it the 90s? No. But at the end of the day, it was a lot of old head niggas from the 90s showed up, did their thing. It's a lot of scrippers went home with a bag. It wasn't the bag of the 90s, but that's the past. See, the 90s is the past. It's the future right now. It's scam money right now. And it wasn't no young scam niggas in the building. At the end of the day, it was old niggas that retired from the game that came out to support Big Meech. So from my point of view, did Big Meech fall off? No, because Big Meech is in a better situation than he was in 30 years ago. Because Big Meech don't got to worry about the feds coming knocking at his door anymore. Because he's legit now. So right now, Big Meech trying to live off the profit of his fame. So he wants y'all to come out and y'all spend the bag. He looking for the new young Big Meech. He okay with his legacy. It's time for the new young niggas to step up and pass that baton and that legacy of throwing this money or getting money. Old niggas sit back and watch the young niggas do his thing because it's a young nigga game. So it would have been crazy of Big Meech to come out there and throw 100,000 and not going home with 100,000. He don't think backwards no more. Them 30 years in the feds made him think more business. So right now, when you come see him Big Meech, don't expect to see the old Big Meech. Just expect to see the legend that you heard about, and he's there to make money. That's my point of view, because a lot of people, a lot of scripters had a lot of things to say about Big Meech. And listen, all the scripters that came out, Big Meech's job was to come and bring money to the club, for y'all to make money. Big Meech the club make 90% of their money off the bar. The scripters make the money off the niggas who come to throw that bread. So Big Meech did his part. So don't blame Big Meech. Everybody wasn't gonna go home with a bag. Some went with a bag, some went with a little bit, some only made just enough to tip out. But at the end of the day, being a scripper, you know it come with the game. So it ain't really no time to hate on Big Meech. Applaud Big Meech. He did his thing, he stood tall, he got a brand, and he going the club route. Big Meech could have went the podcast route, but Big Meech want to still be out there with y'all, so y'all support Big Meech. All the scripters, all the DJs, all the YNs, anything Big Meech having, support him when it comes to clubbing, because he done spent enough money that he deserved it, he earned it. What you say, John, about that situation?
Well, Big Meech. Well, Kenny K, I mean, if you're going to sum it up, you know, as far as, you know, local with it, you know, him being a club owner, I mean, that's the way to sum it up. But I've been watching all over the internet right now. I've been looking at old clippings on the internet because now is the time for those type of controversy to come back up on the internet. See, one thing about the internet, Kenny K, like you said, and we know, the internet is a history book. You can't dodge the internet. Everything that's on the internet from you stepping onto the internet up until now is gonna show. So that party that was supposed to be Big Meech, I think, what, 50th birthday party or something like that. He OG now. Yes, he is, just like us, we are OG. But the difference with Meech is Big Meech was the Black Mafia family guy. And it's controversy going on with Rick Ross. It's controversy going on with
Jeezy. A lot of celebrities didn't show up. A lot of people did not show up to support Big Meech. I wonder why, John.
But the main people are 50 Cent and Rick Ross. Now, we gotta understand the subject matter. Big Meech is not a little guy. Big Meech is still one of the founders of the Black Mafia family. And he's still hitting the airway because he's still doing things. Now he owns a club in Miami. Everybody is in Miami right now. Miami is the new Hollywood. You see Stephen Joe, he bumped heads with every and anybody, and they all know him. So everybody is down here. If you want a compass or if you need like a GPS, you see Stephen Joe on the dial all day long. So everybody down here. Now, Big Meech had expectations, Kenny K. And that's why they still rolling them videos back about him and Rick Ross, him and 50 Cent, the beef, the betrayal, and all this stuff that goes behind Meech. Now, not only that, it was a big discussion about Big Meech. So it's not about Big Meech and where he at now in his mind. He had to humble himself because a lot of moves he made during his post-conviction that could have went one way, went the other way, especially with his son. I mean, it's a mess out there, King.
That's tragedy. That's tragedy.
It's a mess. Right, so for Big Meech to heal, Big Meech got to get himself in a position where he got to articulate himself to still sell his story, because his story, it got stripped away from him from the little business maneuvers he made with 50 and then Rick Ross. Still nobody understand what that Rick Ross move was. They say it was a waste, it was embarrassment. You know what I'm saying? Because it exposed them two type of ways, and you know, the stocks kind of just went down a little bit. So now with him being able to go far and beyond, he had a lot of opportunity and a lot of shit blew up in his face. So with all that following him and people still knowing who Big Meech is, it was a lot of expectation. Because one thing about Miami, King, people in Miami don't give a damn what's going on in the media. You is Big Meech. It was big moves made before with your son and when you got out. So they expected a lot of people to come and show love. They expected that motherfucker to be packed out. And that's why the shit is in the social media right now that, damn, Rick Ross didn't show up, a lot of artists didn't show up. That's the new news, because it's still some friction right there. So what I'm seeing right now, even with Big Meech having part ownership in Club 24, that was like a bad introduction. And a lot of people, and you know how that is when you already got a certain following home base. And Rick Ross, you know, the homie still got shit on lock. You know what I'm saying? He got shit on lock down here, and if he don't move a certain way, people ain't gonna move a certain way. Big Meech ain't bringing in the big money. Rick Ross is. So with that being said, I don't know. Hopefully that club, you know, Rick Ross, hopefully it does do shit, because I be seeing a lot of people throwing parties there. But, you know, you in Miami now, and it's real. We gonna stay tuned and see what goes on with that demonstration. But it's a lot of stuff that's intertwined into that little Big Meech thing, and I understand your concerns.
No. I got another concern right now. It's not even about Big Meech. It's about Big Meech Jr. I got a problem with his son, because his son is going around with this rich junkie swag like this shit is supposed to be productive to the game. It's really fucking up, you know, the BMF brand. I never seen a bunch of young niggas with this rich junkie swag. What the fuck is going on? Cause you got money and you could be a junkie because you jumping in Lambos.
Ray J, see a lot
and all this crazy
from
shit.
Ray J. I know you've been seeing social media.
Yeah, I feel bad for Ray J right now. Ray J on his last days.
Yeah, he's on his last days, and I thought at first it was that clickbait stuff you be talking about all the time. But I learned how to go check that clickbait thing, you know, thanks to Google, you know. And I looked at that thing and I say, you know, this is a wake-up call. I'm glad you mentioned that. You know, it's a wake-up call for these YNs these days and times, especially the ones that's getting money in the industry, where they feel that because they got money, they can expose all these different junkie habits they got that's not conducive to your longevity. Especially that synthetic shit. Yeah.
Cattle Raws. They on every goddamn fucking designer fucking drug that these crackers make, and I don't get what's the concept of that being cool. How the fuck you getting money and you feel you a fucking junkie? Right. But they don't find a way to make the shit look good, and it's really kind of production to what his daddy brand was. Cause right now, Little Meech, he should have had his daddy club jumping with the new generation. but no one
Yeah,
respects
but
him. He's looking bad out here.
It's something in that sauce, man. I don't know if it started with Meech and then it's showing in his son, cause you know it's
And you
like
know
a
the son
bad,
was raised in Miami.
Yeah,
Not in
man.
Miami and Broward, but he was raised down here, so I don't understand
It's
what
a cloud over that, over
Something going on.
that situation over there, man. And I don't know, man, what it is, but you know, for the son to not be really no hood raised nigga. Your daddy had bread. You know, you weren't in the street. You was a baby when your daddy
he went
was
to
out.
private schools.
Your daddy did 18-something years. You a young buck. You came up straight, and then 50 put him in school to act. I can't understand what the fuck happened right there, Casey.
That rich,
Like-
junkie, young nigga shit is real.
And then while you was, you know, getting this tutelage, you mean to tell me you got into all this? All this got to be new to you because you're a youngster. You ain't grew up under that. So you got into Hollywood. You start following these little Hollywood clowns. Start getting on all this dope and shit. Now you an addict. You spinning bread crazy. It's like, in
What
some
money?
way,
He
some
done went
way,
broke.
he
He
the
out
money
here-
gone.
He
Money
out
gone.
here doing scams.
Yeah, money
He out
gone
here
now.
looking crazy.
But it seems like once he got out of the council of 50 Cent, man, hey man, something about that nigga 50 Cent. Like you said, the only person that really we ain't see no effect to is Rick Ross when it come down to fucking with 50. Other than that, 50 like the woo man. Like he like you fuck with him, you going down.
He ain't playing with you.
He like he a high priest when it come to this.
This shit so
Shit,
young.
man,
What you
so-
think about the documentary with his brother, with Terry, the BMF
Oh man, his
nigga?
brother. Now that's what I was telling you, Kenny K. See, first of all, they like night and day. The brother got a whole different demeanor. He blamed Big Meech for everything that happened because he never really wanted to take that approach. Him and his brother, when they stay silent, it seemed like he G-code. Because when they stay silent, everything was all good, like he said. And then the brother don't got that bad background like Big Meech got on this Cutty. Now they gonna jump back to that Cutty demonstration because it's black and white about it. And then that girl really had something to do with that paperwork. You know what I'm saying? So it's still out there like that. And then the brother really got his own documentary coming out.
With
You know what I'm
50
saying?
on Stars. You see how 50 Playboy 50
man.
is a...
So now Big Meech finna really get exposed by not being a founder, but being maybe the takedown of that empire as well. And that's why, you feel me, he getting the shit into the stick right now. Cause right now, for real, with his name coming out, like how he came out, man, everybody was willing. When he was on the right side, seemed like everybody was really, he would have got probably $1 million from each rapper, bro. Before that 50 Cent demonstration, because when Rick Ross came in, and I don't know what the homie did, but when Rick Ross came in and Rick Ross ain't give him $3-4 million off the bat,
Hold
it was a wrap.
on, John. I just seen on the internet that BMF, I'm not sure who trying to sue him, either the son or Meech. They trying to sue Rick Ross because they feel like
for
Rick
the,
Ross made a promise that he was gonna
Yeah.
make a movie
Yeah.
and bring BMF to the highest status.
Yeah, I seen that little clip
You know,
about
so-
that. Basically like false advertising.
Yeah, so
and
you know, I wonder, Ross our nigga, but at the same time, I'm wondering
they saying I'm
what did Ross tell this
Hey,
nigga?
I'm hearing like they saying the homie like he known for doing that, just you know what I'm saying? Cause even like with Burt them like, you know, you use these people's name and you know what I'm saying, and you ain't really broke bread like that, like you run off. I don't know. That's what's in social media. You know, we critical thinkers and we look at shit overall. You know what I'm saying? That's home team and a nigga, you know, ride with the homie. But, you know, I know one thing about it. Your boy from up top, he living good coming up under Ross.
Meek?
Meek Mills, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, his contract was
You know
a
what I'm
little
saying?
funny bunny, but he was able to,
Yeah,
you
he-
know what I'm saying,
he was
maintain
able to
and
maintain,
progress
you
and
know.
do what it do.
Gunplay and I don't know who else, you know what I'm saying, but you know, I'm just hearing little chat in the background saying, you know, Buddy ain't handling business.
So let me
right.
ask you a question.
I don't know.
Out of Miami,
Yeah.
because New York, California is known for having a lot of good CEOs, right? A lot of Dame Dashes, a lot of Puppies,
Right.
you know, a lot of Suge Knights.
Right.
In Miami, who would you say you feel did the best business, or who could have been the best representative CEO for Miami out of all the Miami artists, out of Cali, Uncle Luke, Trick? You know, who do you think that you could have took that flag and planted it, pushed Miami artists forward, and had the mentality and the business mind? Because a lot of niggas.
Well, they probably wouldn't have came out of Miami.
Okay,
Probably would have
because,
been somewhere in Florida, but
This
not
the
in
problem
Miami.
that I see what's going on. No,
I'm
cut
just
you
being
off,
honest.
right?
Out of all our successes, bro, like, to be honest, I don't see really like who I could have mimicked in Miami so far. Right now, if you ask me right now, it look like
Who
Rick
was our
Ross.
baby? Who was our baby of Miami? Who was our Master P of Miami?
Who was?
Who was, who is, who came close? Who do you think could
Man,
have took
man.
that, you understand
I
me,
mean-
and did what they done for they coast and they city?
Well, so far, man, ain't no representative in Miami like that, bro.
So, and that's another thing. So, in the 90s, a lot of street niggas was masters at getting on that road, making M's in the game.
Right.
But a lot of it didn't transformate to the music business.
Not at
Because
all.
I realized a lot of niggas, just because they was able to get money in the 90s and they able to run organizations, it don't translate to the music. It's like they don't have no
that's not the
creativity when
same.
it comes to the
Yeah.
industry. It's like they have a
Right.
whole different mindset
Because
and they missing something.
in the industry, you know, for damn sure, you gotta have that soft skill. You gotta be a people person. You gotta know how to deal with people and be about your business. See, a lot of people, they don't have that people person mentality anyway. So a lot of people don't want to do business because they're trying to shaky business when you're not a people's person, you know. So, hey man, it takes a lot, man, you know what I'm saying, to be, you know what I'm saying, accepted as one of those, you know what I'm saying, baby type. Even though, you know, behind every master you see that was CEOs and had a lot of artists, you don't really hear too much good names behind them, bro. So, is it really the CEO, or is it because you deal with so many personalities? A CEO is bound to have that nastiness behind them, because you hear about all, like, most of the CEOs I know that's supposed to be successful or is successful, like a Baby and a Puffy right now, and used to be Russ and Jay Prince, that's right now, all them boys, like, the artists don't really too much got good shit to say.
Because they was cut from that cloth from the 90s.
You feel me?
And
So,
they was taught the game, because you know the game is taught. Just how when Ice Cube, you know what I'm saying, got with Jerry Heller and Eazy-E when he learned the game.
Right.
These crackers teach these niggas how to rape their artists to become
Right.
millionaires. That's why Puffy, none of his artists have nothing good to say.
you know, you see, the thing about that too, it don't necessarily mean they teach him how to rape. You know, the artist, it's like when you playing that side, the CEO of a label, now you protecting the label side more than the artist. But the artist is the product. You feel what I'm saying? So it's a price for the artist, you know what I'm saying, to make money for the label. And since the label pushed the artist, the label feel that they're entitled to more. And if you look at it on the business side, as a CEO, you're gonna be like, yeah. Because first of all, my name, like us, so Pound, the brand. The CEO really the brand. Baby was the brand, right? Puffy was the brand. You know, look at all them niggas. They really the brand, but then they put a muscle behind their brand. You see what I'm saying? Death Row had to go get Snoop, Dre, and Pac, right? And then Suge Knight stood out. You feel me? So I mean, that's just how it is. So when you separate the two, if you an artist and you not independent, you don't know the labor side, it's conflict. So it's just like that with business, you know, it's levels to the shit. So that's why a lot of artists, like right now, and I respect a lot of these YNs, they independent. You know, the internet helping them out nowadays to where they could just buy their little shit for pennies on the dollar now. Everything is the digital world. They don't need these people to really be behind them and bullshitting and fucking off their checks. As long as the motherfuckers really on to the game, the motherfuckers basically getting deals from these older niggas like a Boosie. They ready to sign these niggas and make money with them because they see independently these niggas making numbers. So let me go ahead in front of them $1 million or 2 before they get that, before or later on, and I miss out. So that's how it is now. That the game's sweet though. So it's just a difference now, man. Back in the days though, you get raped from the labels because the label gonna want more because they do more. You feel what I'm saying? Especially when you get advances from these labels. A lot of these niggas to get advances, them watches, them cars, all that's advances, meaning a nigga front you some shit. So
you gotta pay that back.
and some, it's interest on that. You already know if you get fronted, it's interest. So when a nigga look like shit, the rollie only costs 30 and the auto costs 50, that's 80. How the fuck I owe this bitch 200, 300,000? It's interest on that, playboy.
That's the game.
You feel what I'm saying? So it is what it
That
is,
is
man.
the game.
But
So, you know what, Junk? I want to talk on some Chicago news right now. 'Cause
Okay,
I don't know
for
if
sure.
you've seen the incident, but the young lady was in the car with her baby daddy and her baby in the back seat, and them YNs empty 50 in her
Oh
front seat.
yeah, I heard about that, man.
Right.
It's going down in
50
Chi-Town, man.
rounds. Them young niggas
I did hear
shot the
about
car up, left, came back, shot it up some more. They
And the
wanted to
baby
make
didn't die,
sure,
man. That's crazy.
and the baby was not touched. That lets you know God is real.
Wow,
Right there.
man, that-
But these young ladies, women, it's a lesson to be learned. Bullets are bisexual. They hit women and niggas. They
Right.
don't care who they go up in. So y'all gotta be careful when you riding with your baby daddy. If you're in any type of beef, you need to learn to stay home. Keep your baby out them situations. Cause these young niggas today, they don't care about money. They care about hats. How many hats they got. How many stains they done made in the community. So be careful and don't be beefing online thinking that the same thing that happens to niggas won't happen to you. Cause there's women dying tragedy every day. So all the women stay offline beefing because shit get real. You don't look pretty in that casket with bullets all in your face. It's a sad thing. I send out my condolences to the family. Thank God that the baby was not touched. 50 rounds. Them young niggas shot the car up, came back, shot it up some more, and by the grace of God, that little baby was not hurt. So all you young ladies, stay out them situations, stay out them cars with them young niggas that's on that's beefing, because when them bullets start flying, they don't discriminate. They bisexual, like I said, women or men, they don't care. That's what I'm gonna say before I close out. Appreciate everyone for tuning in to this episode of Critical Thinking on this Super Bowl Sunday. Me and Junk about to do what we do on this Super Bowl Sunday. I want everybody to drive safe, like, subscribe, leave a comment. Junkie Good Junk will reply to y'all comments.
Sure.
Remember what I say from the beginning. God made Haitians and Little Haiti made Zoes. And you know, I throw up the folk because that's old school for Little Haiti. If you was in the 90s, we first came out with the folk, Little Haiti for life. But we changed it up. Pikachu changed the whole game, came up with the whole Little Haiti. So we're going to do it both ways. And Pikachu, you're going to get my honorable mention today for creating this Little Haiti sign. My brother, till next time, y'all be safe out there. What you got to say, John?
But I'm gonna give him a little history on that 4-2. Y'all got to know that we created, just like the Zoe, we created the 4. Because if you know something about CeeLo, what's the 4 on the dice? Zoe, for sure. That's the Haitian. So that's why we threw up the 4, and the 4 won't forever live. But we Little Haiti bound for sure. And without no further delay, it's your main man, Joker Joke, with the outro, Little Haiti Soul Jump.